want, as in any gathering of faith leaders, to get a little personal. Because I was raised as a young Jewish woman, sitting around my family dinner table, in a family that I would say was largely secular. I didn't have a particularly religious upbringing. But you know, so many don't realize that in the Jewish community, being Jewish is both a religion and a heritage and a culture. And there are traditions in my faith that transcend religion, that teach us that it is incredibly important that we give back when we're fortunate, that we look out for the least of these, that we stand up for people who have no voice. And those were the kinds of conversations that were had around my dinner table each night when my family gathered. And my parents instilled in me the values of the Jewish community, the value of tikkun olam, repairing the world. And even though we know, sometimes when you think about repairing the world, it can seem overwhelming. But what we know is that if we each do our part, if we each take on a little bit of personal responsibility to help make other people's lives better, and not just worry about our own, then we know that we can make the notion of repairing the world a reality for so many more people. We know that if we engage in gemilut hasadim, acts of loving kindness, that we think about how we can make sure that everybody has a chance to be successful, not just the people who already are. Those are the kinds of policies that Barack Obama has lived every single day of his life. First as a community organizer, and now as President of the United States of America. To me, President Obama's commitment to helping everyone achieve the American dream, that if you work hard and play by the rules, that everyone should have a chance to be successful, that, to me right there, makes being a Democrat and supporting Barack Obama the natural political choice for the faith community. And that's why I think President Obama is so much support. We're taking nothing for granted in this campaign, and we haven't since day one. We're running and expanding the most significant dynamic grassroots presidential campaign in history, involving everyone from all walks of life. We're going to put up and stand up a convention this week that's very different than last week's special interest funded, corporate infused, backroom deal, smoke-filled room, invitation only affair held in my home state, to a convention that is beginning today with a community festival, celebrating the Carolinas and Virginia, and inviting the public in, asking the public, get involved. This is your campaign. We want to put you to work. We want to make sure that we all work together and lock arms and help ensure that in America, you too can be successful. You too, if you need a fair shot and pay your fair share and play by the same set of rules, then it is possible for you to succeed. And that we shouldn't go back to the failed policies of the past that nearly crashed our economy and got us into the worst economic crisis that any of us has faced since the Great Depression. I know that none of us, other than Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, who have a love affair with the failed policies of the past and who seem to want to return to trickle-down economics that has been tried and failed, that says that we should give more tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires, more tax breaks to people who are already doing really well and make sure they can do even better, and have the middle class and working families pay for those tax breaks. That says that we should actually turn Medicare into a voucher system and shred the healthcare safety net that we've committed to seniors would always be there for them. Is that part of the values of the faith community? They are supposedly so committed to? So that's why we need to band together. We need to make sure that we continue to reach out to every corner of this country, to every faith, to every denomination, to not assume that there is anyone in America who can't be reached. Because this is going to be a close election. We know that over the next 64 days, it's going to require a tremendous amount of our effort. And I know that the other party, Reverend Harkins, the other party thinks that the most important resource in a presidential campaign is money. We know, and I can tell you as a busy working mom, that we know the most important resource is your time.
That's right.
And that's what we're going to need to give every single day for the next 64 days. So I ask you to pull out your calendars and take a look at how much of each one of those 64 days you can give us. Because when it comes to any of our faith traditions, making sure that we have a president in the White House who is going to bat every single day for people who have no voice, making sure that we have a president in the White House who has our backs and ensures that in America anything is possible, who makes it a reality, the lessons that my parents taught me around that dinner table, that in America, no matter who you are or where you come from, you can grow up and be anything you want to be. That is a reality that President Obama has been committed to making sure that people can aspire to and achieve every single day. And I am so proud to be standing by his side, championing the causes that matter to all Americans and ensuring that we never again go back to the failed policies of the past that only focus on people who are at the top.